Hey, check it out, right? Oh, it's a little chilly. Kava's live. Oh, shucks. Not streaming at the same time. Let me see what
Chaser, but he was never insulting. He was always aware of people's feelings when he spoke to you. And he was on a crusade to win people the right to know.
So, you're telling more followers. No, don't.
But he was never insulting.
Do that.
He was always aware
Alright, so
of people's feelings when he spoke to you.
Oh, this is gonna start playing in the background, huh?
And he was on a crusade to win people the right to know.
Alright. I've been doing some thinking lately. And basically it's a couple different things. I'll start with I moved. I don't work right now. I've been out of work for 3 weeks. It is incredibly boring. No shade or nothing, but I don't know how y'all have done it. I've worked the whole panty. It actually got busier. It was nuts at one point. Nuts. But yeah, I worked the whole time, but I just started realizing, all was great. It was, they're saying, oh, it's an essential job, but spiritually for me, it wasn't giving essential, like, you feel me? Like, it's giving, like, a job for money, which is cool and necessary at times, but it was just getting to a point where I was just the dissatisfaction was just tearing me apart. And so it was like, all right, it's not even just the job, but I also didn't want to be in New York with the winter, so I moved down south. So now I'm saying, all right, even though it's only been like 3 weeks and I moved, within that time I moved. So it's not like I've been doing absolutely nothing, but I haven't had my energy hasn't been used the same. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So sometimes I can smoke. Well, oftentimes I can smoke and it's just like, I'm content with it. I can push it back, push it to the side, but sometimes I don't want to smoke and it just tears me apart. So there's something else I was thinking about. I kind of forgot what it was inconclusively. I remember why I started it. So I'm going to start and see if I can find what I was thinking about along the way. So basically, I guess I'm just fearing the unknown. Because I started thinking, if you were out at a party, right? Friday night, Saturday night, and then you come back into the crib at, 3, 4 a.m., you're not necessarily going to fear walking from the crib to the house, depending on where you live, But if you're parking right in front of the house, you have your own spot even, there's not going to be a high level of fear as opposed to if you were inside and not out at a party that whole time, but now at the same time that you would have returned home 3, 4 a.m., you go outside, there's going to be this fear in you. And it's not necessarily the vibe you got from the party that makes you brave. Not to say it can't, but it's just something about once we go inside a space and we're not able to see what's on the outside. This had to do with Earth. We get feared. So I've been back in the Netflix realms and stuff, but I always kind of watch, because they took off The Office, I always kind of watch things I loved Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Mr. Nobody, and there's one I can't think of that I saw. I can't think of the name, but then I watched Time Trap. But basically, it's giving we have this fear of what's outside of the Earth. I think because we're so into this Earth and in ourselves and in this bubble, and I think in realizing that we're not the only, or that there's more out there, it would help us perceive and liberate ourselves, because a good part of me unfortunately does believe, Earth is an interesting planet. I mean, she's the bomb, you feel me? We have everything we need. She grows the food, literally, that we could eat. It's like she grows it from the ground, so. I mean, I think it's dope, but I think if we, the sooner we get ourselves into the mindset, the state of mind that, the reality of the planet. And with that, I mean, the intention of why the planet was created, the intention of why the species was created, something unified that we can kind of all agree on, because there's a collective consciousness, and there's a lot of splitting in my personal opinion. There's a lot of different divisions of what I like to call the same pie. You feel me? Like, why this thing keeps IG Live smacking out. Let me get into this real quick. IG Live stream doesn't keep screen active. The heck? Anyway, I don't like that I have to keep pressing the button. Pressing the screen so it doesn't darken. So yeah. So it's like, exactly what that is, I don't know, but I don't want to put down our planet or anything, but I don't think we as smart as we think we is. I don't think we use the technology that we have to the best of our ability. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think we combine the right kind of resources together. Like, the hospitals should have, like, every corner and aspect of the hospital should have some form of healing. There should be plants, on now. Like, you feel me? Paintings. Like, you're not telling me they can't afford it. 1, 2, you're not telling me you can't find people that'll give it to you for free. Hey, I'll give some crystals to a hospital for free if that's the type of vibe they on. Like, you feel me? Oh, y'all want some crystals? Then you got it. Then I think I'm not still watching myself. What the heck? So, I think that's about that on that. I'm not sure how long I've been on this for. I'm trying to get more comfortable with being on the camera. What it is that this whole having to do something is never right with me. It'd be one thing if, like, all right, I got a little project I'm working on right now. Oh, I want to grow some tomatoes, so, I have to wait whatever amount of time it takes, but to force myself, what it feels like to have to do something for the simple fact of finding a space to live, paying for a car, stupid stuff like, oh yeah, you want a car, but you also need car insurance. Like, why wouldn't you just bundle that all in? I'm getting far off topic here. Mercury's in a retrograde. Half them hoes is in Aquarius. Honey, the wheel looks crazy. The moon's like on the opposite side. It just left Leo, so it was exactly opposite the sun before. It's in Virgo now. But yeah, the moon. Let's get into that really quick, because people been trying me. Someone called me once and was like, "Oh, I heard you were the person to talk about the moon." Honey, why does it keep saying I'm not here when I'm here? But like, it's nothing that I think is bad. It's not like I dislike the moon, but it's like there's something here, right? Imagine this is you here, right? And then there's a mirror here. And everyone keeps looking at the mirror like, oh my God, amazing. No love for what's caused the, you feel me? The reflection to appear, honey. Anyway, so the moon, it might have been something that was placed there, but when you think about it, when you really think about it, everything's been placed somewhere. Anyway, the moon is to put it simply, in short, bing bop boom. The moon can be removed. The ring around Saturn can be absorbed, absolved, whatever, and it will return to being our sun. Two sun system, honey. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I think about that is that the only negative I can see for now is the third eye is very. What is the word? It flourishes. It's stimulated. The darkness stimulates your third eye. So if you're gonna be in the sun forever, it really is gonna do a number on the third eye. However, as a human species, we're very durable. We love evolving. You know what we give, honey. So if not our tuition be fully on the outside anyway at that point, because who knows when it will happen. I'm sure we'll figure out something else. You always got your gut instinct. My gut's been a little lately. I gotta look into that. I mean, I haven't even been meditating as much, so it's a start. I've never even really had, talking about solar plexus, you feel me? Like, I never had no solar plexus issues. But, yeah. But see, like, this right here, this chat was satisfying to me. Mind you, I'm the only person watching it. For now, I guess. But, it's just really figuring out for me what the heck I'm finna do. I feel like I've been here, if not this exact planet, honey, realities, dimensions. I've done it, honey. And I'll have something and know it, and then alright, I'm moving forward with this information I know, because I know it's fact. And then a couple of years later, no shade or nothing, and not everything and not all the time, but then a couple of years later, people are doing it, and I'm like, dang. And then they come and they're like, oh, remember this that you said? I'm like, yeah, honey. And, you just got to let them do it on their own. If they ask, by all means. But y'all homies doing it on their own. This has been cool. What I also think is cool is that I don't think a lot of people will join at first. So that will have less pressure on me. And then I can just shoot these bad boys on up to the YouTube. So I should have did this in the beginning, I guess. I look like this because, and I'm sure this is something someone somewhere has heard, but when I turn on the heat in the house, the fire alarm goes off. When I first got in here, my friend was like, oh, the oven's not working. So on Monday, I emailed the people, the oven's not working. They came in here and they're like, oh, it's not plugged in. Right. So now that I have an actual problem, I'm a little weary to call. That, and I keep finding water bugs upside down. The death of me. I've ignored them. There's 3. I've ignored them so far. I meant to get freezing hairspray when I'm out. You just, once they get upside down, you have to do it from the top, because if you do it from the side, you might blow them back over. I don't know why I'm giving this advice. But if you just spray them with freezing, holding hairspray, then they won't run away when you sweep or vacuum them up. I can vacuum it up. I can vacuum it up, but I'm just going to change the vacuum bag. I need to take out the trash too. Alright, that felt good. I'm not gonna hold you. On my own accord, I should try to pick a time or slot or something where I just kind of hop up on here. But I don't know if I necessarily want to commit. I'm not gonna hold you. But maybe on a Sunday I'll hop on. I can do that. A little series. Maybe I don't necessarily want to do it after the class. I'm only doing the class once a week now, so if I can pick up another day. I kind of want to say Sunday, but Sunday's so close to Tuesday. But if I can do it 2 days, Tuesday, Friday, then once the class is over, I can more commit myself to, alright, I'm going to take that time slot to work on a YouTube. The passive money, that's what I'm going for. The casual, for the most part, I can do this job anywhere as long as I have the minimum that I usually always have, which is phone, laptop, Wi-Fi, regardless of if you're working or not, you're probably going to be around all of those things. So these are some goals I have. My intuition was quite clouded in the last place I was living in New York. A lot having to do with the weather. It was just like one bedroom and, well, it was 2 bedroom, but I basically had all my stuff in one room. Oh snap, I think I forgot that cheesy thing. But I basically had all my stuff in one room, so it was like hard for me to do the business in the same place that I slept, as well as I had like a loft bed, and I had to climb up there. It helped with not taking naps, because you can nap on the futon, but that's public area, so cats, humans are gonna be going through that, as opposed to if I was finna take a nap in my bed, it's gonna be more like a sleep. I guess I'm just gonna keep writing this thing out. I have a soda light here in my hand. Soda. It's very cute, actually. I've looked at this one before, but I didn't really look when I looked the first time. But oh, my phone is recording. It kind of has you see there's different shades of blue. Ooh, we love to see it. So the good thing about chakras like the heart and the throat is that you can hang jewelry right in that area. Charging on the chakra is supposed to be the base of the throat. But yeah, I'm wrapping these. I'm teaching a course on, I don't necessarily like to say teaching a course, and it's kind of a workshop, but because I haven't figured the whole thing out, maybe that's what it is. I don't know exactly what to call it. Course, class, workshop. But yeah, we're going through the chakras. We did the intro. What it really is having people have hands-on things to do with the crystals. And I can probably just write that down on one sheet. See, this is what we do it for. At the end of the day, I'm an air sign, so I know speaking is probably my best form of expression. Between thought, pulling it in the thoughts and then expressing it through the voice. But it's it's not that people don't want to hear it, but I know how I am when I speak. I barely even use full sentences. A lot of the times I don't use pronouns. Not even nouns, not even pronouns, nouns. I will wipe nouns completely from my sentences. I'll say it, speak it, write it, and I'll be like, wow. That was so vague and ambiguous. Yet I continue to speak. But sometimes I do feel bad for people. And sometimes people are like, oh, I can't tell if you're serious. And I'm like, I can't either. It's true. The ambiguity, and then it's like the more I try not to be ambiguous, the worse. The worse it actually is. Oh, my smile. That's what I wanted to talk about. My smile. Look at this. There's someone I was attracted to. It's Jilys down the right side. When people feel me smile before they see it. You feel me? Like if they're not looking at me, they'll feel it. It's like this. When you're minding your business, right? And someone's staring at you, but you feel it. You don't know exactly what you feel until you turn your head and look the person dead in their eyes. And then, you know, time you chill, all you're staring at me was that feeling moment. That's kind of the same energy my smile has, where it's like the smile, and maybe it's me pulling in, but when I smile, it attracts people. And I don't make people think it's attractive, but literally like a magnet. Like a magnet. It attracts people, and that's interesting to navigate. I'm not gonna hold you. The mask. Yo, it's so interesting to have the mask, because it'll be the same thing, or people will feel it not as much. People will feel it, and now their eyes are meeting me, but I have a mask on. It's like, to some degree, I guess it's only if you kind of know, but to some degree you can tell I'm smiling. But I mean, I'm chasing for no reason, walking down the street, driving in my car, just to chasing. Be like, what are you smiling for? What are you smiling for? My dad used to be like, oh, you just gonna talk and sound like that? And he like, ha. Because I would basically talk to him like this, and it would look like I wouldn't close my. Okay, I can see that. It looks like I'm not closing my mouth, but that also is probably why my speech is impeded, and my spirit is impediment in my speech. Okay, I'll leave this time open for any questions. Did I have anything actual to say about the smile? I think it's something that we'll build upon later, but in this moment, it's just something I wanted to express. And expressed, I feel. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you got something valuable from this. I'm so curious as to how long it is. I know it's not an hour because they haven't been cut off. They should really just put a timer on here. If it runs in the background, obviously, I'm sure you can find a little spot to put the timer in. Not my business. Alrighty. Or you can cancel, but no, it